Hello, everyone. It's Megan Blinka, four-star diamond Beachbody Coach. I want to talk to you all a little bit today about another way to grow your business. So I feel like we all have Facebook. It's how Beachbody coaches run our challenge groups for the most part, and really connect with our challengers and our coaches and our teams. But eventually your Facebook pool is going to run out, and you're going to need a new way to grow your team and recruit new challengers and coaches and find more people like you. And one of those ways is through Instagram. So, there's obviously multiple social media outlets. For me, I found Instagram was one of the easiest ones to go to first after Facebook because it's pictures, and we'll be posting on Facebook pictures. So, you can link those two up, and it's a great way to just gradually work into it. But I feel like it's there, and you can post pictures, but how you actually use it then to grow your business. So I want to share with you just a few of my top tips and the 5 things that I really think about when I'm making a post on Instagram and how I'm using Instagram to grow my business. So first off, just like Facebook, it's consistency. You've got to post 3 to 5 times a day on Instagram, just like you do on Facebook, so that your photos are showing up in other people's feed. And if they constantly see pictures that you're posting that they like or that they can relate to, eventually they're going to check out more that you have to offer, add you on Facebook, etc. So you've got to be consistent. And when you're looking at what you've posted, when you pull up your profile on Instagram, or somebody, if I come and pull up yours, I'm going to see my most recent like 12 photos is what will show up on the grid. So, you want to be consistent, and you want to add variety, and you want to make it about you. So, mine are very consistent, obviously, with what you'll see on Facebook. You're going to see, inspiration, motivational quotes. You're going to see my workouts. You're going to see my family and how I incorporate my lifestyle into my busy traveling family, because we are always on the go. Um, I post pictures of my kids. Some people will say, keep your Instagram purely business, and leave Facebook and stuff for your kids, and that's fine. You can do it however you'd like to do it. um, I don't usually post like a random, like, oh, this is my cute daughter, look at her type of pictures. But I do post things that are key things in our life, or if they're doing something with me, like working out, or if we're cooking or something, I do post it because that's me and that's what I do, and that's what I've always done. So I may not post as much. So, on Facebook, you might upload a couple pictures, where Instagram, I'm only going to do one, or I'll make a collage or something. So consistency and variety. You want it to be you. You want it to represent who you are. You don't want to be going like, here's fashion tips, and then here's makeup tutorial, and then here I'm going to tell you how to work out, and I'm going to tell you how to eat clean, and then I'm going to show, like, you've all these things going on. It's going to be a little confusing because people follow you for who you are. And if you start posting things that aren't consistent with what they want to see, they'll want to follow you. And the one thing I feel like on Instagram, it's so different from Facebook, is, somebody on Facebook adds you as a friend. You're like, who is this person? I'm not going to add them as a friend. Like, I don't know them. But when somebody follows you on Instagram, you're like, yeah, like, these people like my post, and this is good. So it's a totally different feel there, different impression there. So also, with your profile, you're going to want to make sure it is public, because people can't look on your page and see who you are. They're not going to know if they want to follow you. They're not going to see what you have to offer. So be consistent, be you, have that variety, and and then also, once you have that all going, you can actually link your face or your Instagram to post directly to your Facebook. This is another one that some people go different ways. You can link it to a like page if you have a like page, which if you don't have one yet, we can talk about that one on a different video. But if you have a like page and you want to make your Instagram and your like page more strictly business related, you can link those too. I currently have my Instagram just linked to my personal Facebook page, and what I post on Instagram just goes to my like page, or goes to my personal Facebook page. But everything I post on Facebook doesn't necessarily go to Instagram, but it does typically go the other way. So second, you add these pictures, you're posting all the time, but you have to add hashtags. So, little number sign. Hashtags are the way people are going to find you. So, you can scroll through my pictures. You'll see I use a lot of the same ones. I use fit mom, fit mommy, healthy mom, or healthy mama, healthy lifestyle, eat clean, portion control, accountability, support. Depends on if I'm talking about nutrition, if I'm talking about my fitness, if I'm talking about my family, or if I'm talking about an upcoming challenge group or coach training group, exactly what I'll put there. But there's certain things that I usually do, and honestly, I keep them all saved in a note in my phone so that I'm not trying to sit there every time I post a picture, because let's be honest, we're busy moms, busy people. So have the hashtag saved either in a draft email or in a note on your phone so that once you post that picture, you can quickly copy paste over. And if you need to edit some of those hashtags out or remove them or add in some of the ones that maybe are more relevant to that specific picture, you can do that. But just to keep it a little more efficient, but you want to add hashtags. It limits you to, I want to say, 30 hashtags. I actually usually put somewhere around like 15 to 20. I was told at some point along the way that 11 hashtags is the magic number. I don't know how relevant that is. There's different stuff out there. I usually do somewhere around 15 or 20 that are relevant to the picture, to me, to what I'm saying in the post. But you've got to add the hashtags. Otherwise, no one's going to just find your pictures. They're going to find it by looking for something similar interest. So another one I often do is mom of two. Mom of two, regardless of what I'm posting about, I'm still a mom of two. That's me. So, you want to be consistent. You want to add those hashtags. Second, you want your photos to be like eye-catchy, scroll-stopping photos. So, on Facebook, people already know you for the most part. So if your picture's a little blurry, or if you've got this big collage and they may zoom in and look at all the pictures that are in the collage. But when you're on Instagram, people are scrolling through quickly. And unless your photo is going to stop them, they're not going to see, you're not going to stop and read it. Um, so, you want your pictures to be clear. One of my biggest tips for making it clear, which I don't think I can really show you on your phone, but if you like pull up one of your images on your phone and you click the edit button. So if you there's a little, so I don't think you can, it's this right here, but it's like a little, almost looks like a clock with dots around the outside. That's your brightness. I take, a lot of my workout pictures are in the basement in the dark. So I hit that little brightness factor and I drag the bar to the right, and it makes your picture so much brighter. And again, it's going to be more eye-catchy. If you have a picture that's dark compared to a picture that's light, that light one is going to be the one that's going to stand out more. So make sure what you're posting and your pictures are going to scroll stop somebody. If you have a collage with 10 photos, people can't see what that is. Maybe put that one on Facebook, because on Facebook you can click and zoom and look at them. On Instagram, you're really more limited. So, I will do collages, don't get me wrong, but I used to do a lot more collages than I do now, because I found that it's easier and it's more clear and it's more eye-catchy to post one photo or to post a small collage of a few photos compared to a whole bunch of photos in one. And same with words. If you're going to put words on your picture, words are great. Words are an easy way for someone to see a picture, read it, and see if whatever is written on there is going to want them to then read what you've put in your caption. But if you don't, if you put too many words on there, they're clear, there's some funky font that nobody can read, they're just going to keep on scrolling because there's other people out there to look at. So just be aware of what you're putting on your photos and how many photos are in your collage, so that you know if that's something that's going to stop somebody else. Second, one of four, profile tips. This is another one that I learned about not too long ago, but you can actually edit the font in the way your name appears. So initially, when I created my Instagram account, I was just Blinka, because I didn't want anyone to know who I was. But as I started to use it for my business, I wanted it to be obvious. So if somebody's going to look for me and they know my name, they can search in Megan Blinka, and that's exactly what comes up. So you can change the way that your name appears through your profile settings. So I changed mine from Blinka to full Megan Blinka. Also, with underneath your name, there's a little bio section. Now, you're limited in the amount of characters, so you want to be short, concise, and to the point, but that's where you can put in a little bit about you. Now, one thing I do recommend here is to keep Beachbody Coach in actual writing out of it, because I don't know, that's not who you are. What do you do? Are you a health and fitness coach? Are you an inspirational? Are you a clean eating? Whatever you are, try to make it a little bit more vague. I don't want to say vague because you want it to be you, but like, You don't want to just be like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach, because there's lots of Beachbody coaches out there. And you want your profile to be something that's going to distinguish you from somebody else. So I will just tell you, I edited mine so my name shows on a line all by itself. So very first it says Megan Blinka, and then you return. It says fitness, motivation, and clean eating, because those are the three things that you're going to, for the most part, see throughout my profile. I'm a CPA, but now I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I'm a wife. Again, you see that on the next line. And I just have a quote that says, live in each day to the fullest. So that's me, that's what you're going to see, and that's what I try to share and post about through my account. Also, I have my email address and my Facebook, facebook.com/my name. Again, you'll see everything's just my name. So my email is Megan Blinka at Gmail. My Facebook is just Megan Blinka, and my website is just meganblinka.com. So I try to keep all those links so that there's no confusion who I am, where to find me, where you can go for that. Now, I will share a link with profile tips and ways that you can get different fonts and space your letters out. So like I said, I have my name on a line all by itself, and it's spaced a little bit more so it stands out more. It's more eye-catchy. So I'll share a little link that will give you some tips on how you can edit your profile to make it look like that. And that, the way your profile looks is another thing. Is if you are posting a picture, or you have a hashtag that somebody finds your picture and they want to click on it and look at it, and then they come to your profile, has to be public for them to see it. But then what are they going to see? They're going to look at that bio and see exactly who are you and what are you going to share and post about. So you want that bio to be representative of you. Now, my last tip, and this is where we get into more of the business growth side of things, is Elance. So if you haven't heard of Elance yet, it's an outsourcing company. So you can use Elance, and you can hire somebody from Elance to help you with whatever you need help with. You can use it for blogs. You can use it for, basically like hiring an outside admin to do stuff for you. So I'm not saying you have to do this. It's something that you can easily do yourself, but I didn't understand Instagram when I started, and, I was trying to balance everything else in my life, and this was one thing that was relatively inexpensive and not something I wanted to do myself, so I outsourced it, and that is finding followers. So there's different things you can do with Elance. You can hire people to like and comment on your pictures. I do not do that because I don't want anybody else liking or commenting on anyone else's pictures, but what I have done is I found an Elance guy, and I'll admit, I think it took me 3 tries before I found a guy that I actually liked, and that was going to do what I'm asking them to do. But once I found this person, I've used them periodically. I go on and off, and, when I need them, I hire them back up, and then I'll pause it for a while. But what I did is I gave him certain hashtags to look for. And then I gave him things to exclude. So I said, these are the hashtags I want you to search for and find people to follow that I'm not already following. But before you just hit follow on some random person, I want you to look at their profile. I do not want someone who sells It Works. I do not want other Beachbody coaches. I'll add the coaches from my team and the coaches that I want to follow, but I don't want him just adding more Beachbody coaches because that's not going to add any value to my business. So I would tell them to avoid, do not add any new Beachbody coaches, do not add It Works people, do not add like Herbalife or whatever else, all the other, multi-level marketing, the nails, the Jamberry nails, the makeup things. That's not me, and that's not going to help me. I don't say I'm not going to follow them. I have friends that do those things, and I'll follow them on, but that's not the target market that I want him to hit. I want him to find other people who aren't already involved in another multi-level marketing company, who may be a mom like me, or who may be into fitness already, who aren't hooked up with a Beachbody coach. So I gave the instructions. There's times that, I will say to do something and it's not exactly what I want, so I have to go redo it myself. So by no means is it perfect, but I didn't want to spend the time going through and finding the new followers and the searching. I wanted to, once I had the followers, I go to my followers, I find which ones of those are, people who I connect with, or people who I would think would make a good coach or a good challenger, and I start building that relationship with them just the same way I build the relationship with them on Facebook. So same general concept, just a different outlet and a different means to go about it. So I use Elance to initially find the people. And I've stopped it. Like, I used it for a while, and then, I had a larger following, but I didn't know a lot of the people who I was following. So I took time to go through them and connect with them, and then like I would hire him back up, and then I would stop it. Right now, I've stopped it. So I kind of just use it when I need to use it, but it's a great way to get a little help, and I mean, you set the rate. Like when you're setting up a profile in Elance, you can actually say how much do you want to spend a day, a week, or how many hours do you want. I think I pay like three something an hour, and I do 5 hours a week. So it ends up like a little less than $20. And like I said, you can stop it and pause it and do it for as long as you want and see how it works for you. But those are my top Instagram tips. Be consistent with your posts. Use hashtags that are going to talk about you. Eye-catchy photos that are going to scroll stop when somebody's looking through it. Profile that is, concise and tells people who you are and what you're going to post about. Elance to help you gain those followers, and once you have them, start building that relationship with them and start commenting. And a general rule of thumb is to comment, give a compliment, and then like their photos. So, and don't just like photos to like photos. Make sure you truly like them. That going through their profile, and that's a great way to start it. And then you can start a conversation with them, and however that conversation goes, you can figure out if they're best coach, challenger, where you want to go from there. But Instagram is a wonderful outlet to start building your network. Once you have these relationships with people, bring them on over to Facebook. I find that talking on Instagram through the DM, the direct message, is kind of tricky, and a lot of people don't know about it. So rather than having a conversation through there, I usually just have conversations with people on pictures, and then I try to get them to add me on Facebook, or sometimes I'll just call them. I've done that with a lot of my now coaches on my team. I'll say, hey, can you call me? And we'll talk about it. And I'll, tell you more about challenge group or the coaching opportunity or whatever I'm trying to talk about, because talking through social media it's not always most efficient. So find what works for you, but I hope these tips help you. And if you have questions, please, please, please let me know. Have a great day.